Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder, and welcome back to Charade Maniacs. So, last episode, I was sitting here, I was doubting everything in my head because I was like, wait a second, is Senna maybe possibly the producer? Because she was out here being really weird. She was kind of like, I don't know, she was just being so avoidant about everything. She was like, oh, I'm willing to prioritize the points. I am not willing to find the producer. I pretend I do not see anything. I'm just going to completely avoid, like, the possibility of anybody possibly hurting anyone. And, like, that's it, you know? And one of the commenters on last episode actually mentioned something that is pretty valid, and honestly pretty funny as well, where, first of all, Senna is really conflict avoidant, and that is a super valid point. It's just obvious. Like, Senna is very conflict avoidant. She doesn't like getting into fights. It's just a matter of life there. She doesn't like seeing anybody fight, so that might just be the reason why she doesn't want to think about the producer at all and would rather just completely ignore it. There's a possibility, like, in my mind, that she could have had her memories erased, like, without her knowledge of it. So, like, in my mind, the possibility of her being the producer is still there. It's just, like, if she is the producer, she's not aware that she's the producer. Like, she's completely ignorant of that fact because she would have, like, somebody else is probably running the show and she doesn't realize that she is, like, involved in the stream kind of thing. The commenter also mentioned that I might be doing this as a way to give Senna any type of doubt, because Senna otherwise would be, like, a really kind of overall just, like, head empty, kind of dumb character. I hate to say that, but, like, come on, guys. Like, if you love Senna, I am so sorry, but, like, oh god, I've been trying so hard to give her the benefit of a doubt. I really have, but god, she drives me insane. I cannot, like, there's some MCs out there, like, we've played Oz Mafia, like, I don't know if you guys have watched that playthrough, but, like, we've played Oz Mafia and Fuka, and that is rough. We've played Hakuoki, and, like, the MC in that is a little, like, you know, can be a little dumb sometimes. Like, even Steam Prison, like, Cyrus in that one, she can be, like, off sometimes, but, like, Senna takes it to a whole nother level of just, like, conflict avoidant, very wishy-washy in some routes. Like, the way that she treats her best friend, Banjo, like, it's just rough, all the way down. Like, we're only on the third route. We haven't even gotten through Iochi's route yet, and I've just... my feelings towards this MC... I'm not sure how I feel. We're gonna obviously get through this game, but woof. So, that's how I feel. Thank you to Genu Anime for commenting. Because totally valid points there. But, yeah. Let's just get right into it, because I'm so curious to see where this route takes us, leads us and takes us. And, yeah, let's see where Senna goes here, because We wanted to cover our bases, so we looked for the disc of the previous stream, but we were unable to find it. Should we ask everyone else about if they've seen the disc for the previous stream?
尋ねて、犯人がどう動くか見てみるのも一つの手だね。考えておこ
う。That's not what I meant. The conversation ended there, and we decided to research something else. As we did our research together, I became particularly conscious of something. Iochi was good at doing research and was always thinking a few steps ahead of me. I wonder if there's really a need for my help. If I'm just as an assistant in name only, and the Iochi is keeping me by their side to protect me. Well, thinking about those things, I found a book I was told to look for and brought it back. I thought that she was going to continue that thought, but no. Iochi, is this it? The book that you wanted? Iochi thanked me and then tapped quickly at the electronic paper display. I took a peek to see what the content was, but before I could read a single line, it went to the next page, and again and again. Are you even reading it? You're going so fast I can't see it.
少し訓練したから、こういうのは得意かな。資料を読んだり、整理したりっていうのはね。
It was speed reading. Even after seeing it in front of me, I couldn't believe it. However, something about Iochi made me think that it was possible. Iochi continued at that fast pace and finished reading, and then they opened up the menu on the bangle.
図書館のデータもあらかた調べ尽くしたし、そろそろ一つ結論を出しても良さそうだ。
I'm kind of curious to see how fast Iochi can read, because I think I have a friend who I think is the only other person that I know in real life that can keep up with my speed. If I can find the test that I did to measure my speed of reading, then I will, because I think because I did take a test for it to like see how fast I could go, but I can read very fast, which is like probably the reason why I can like read this out loud without like tripping over my words 50,000 times. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun to do. So if I can find the test, then I'll post it in the description as well. What conclusion?
ここにあるデータを調べるうちに、とある共通点があることに気がついたんだ。この図書館には多岐にわたるジャンルの資料が保管されているわけだけれども、いずれも2118年以前のデータなんだよ。
It repeated the year in my mind. 2118. That was 30 years ago.
30年前といえば思い浮かべることがあるのだけど。
My birth. Isn't that when the second moon was lost due to an accident? Oh
正解。
God.
さすが僕の女子だ。
Okay.
では2つの月の話をしようか。
I've got to write this down again. Second moon was lost due to an accident. Alright. They smiled happily and then showed me a page in the book from earlier. It contained a picture of the second moon.
2つの月が地球上から観測できるようになったのは2095年。今から53年前だ。そもそもは太陽系外から飛来した巨大小惑星とアポロ軍の小惑星が衝突したところから始まっている。それが2095年以前の。
I'm sorry, there's already something I don't understand.
そりゃそうだね。なんとなくだけ聞いて。まあそれなりに昔、大型の小惑星が別の小惑星と衝突した。
Iochi simplified things in a way I could understand.
結果、その残骸がまた小惑星となり、たまたま地球の周りを回る周回軌道に入ったんだ。それが衛星モルペウス。
Oh gosh.
ただ地球の衛星といっても特殊でね、完全な公転軌道とは異なり、完全に月と同じように回るわけじゃなく、月より外側を通ることもあるし、月より内側を通ることもある。太陽と地球の両方の重力に引っ張られて、ゆらりゆらりと地球の周りを回っている。長期ではあるけど一時的な衛星だったんだよ。
An impermanent satellite.
そしてこの写真はモルペウスが月の内側を通り地球に近づき、たまたま位置が月と並んだ時の写真なんだ。
What the fuck are they saying? This is like again they add another plot point. Like what the fuck? How many plot points could we possibly have? It just happened to? then it wasn't always near the moon? So, like, hold on. Let me just list off the plot points again really quick so everybody understands what we're working with. First of all, there's 2 moons. We have the amoebas. We have the Otherworld stream where there's there's multiple sponsors. There's a producer, there's a director. We have the sleeping pod situation that we learned from Akase's route. We have punishment games in the past where there was a right leg usage loss, there's vision loss, there's memory loss, and there's gender loss. At least one of the cast members is a repeat, which actively made the choice to return. Gyobu suggested that there's a possibility of multiple members that are a repeat. Iochi learned that the last round of stream participants are in this one. The last stream's data was removed from the library. It was either removed by the producer, the sponsor, or a sponsor, given that anybody else who tried to remove the data is warned by one of the like bouncers or something like that. The other streams past like this one, I think, met their dead end or something. The system spec change was done 2 times prior to this current one. Previous cast members got that benefit and returned safely. The director was an observer. There was 9 total cast members, minus the director. The last stream only had 9 cast members. All the other streams had 10 cast members. And now we learned that in the year 2118, the second moon was lost due to an accident. Like, how many freaking plot points could there freaking be? Like, what in the hell? How can I possibly keep up? And now they're talking about like satellites and like imperfect orbits, and like, do I have to write all of this down? Like, like, if I can just imagine somebody trying to play through this, even if you sat through this in one sitting, just imagining anybody, like, I'm 30 years old, imagining somebody who is like probably, I don't know, like, because Otome is probably just, I don't know. Imagine somebody who's like in their, like, I don't know, young 20s or even like high school or trying to play this and being like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, I just cannot imagine somebody trying to get through this and being like, what are they talking about? What the hell are you saying?
その通り。モルペースは月よりずっと小さいからね。かなり地球に近い軌道を通っていった時の写真だと思うよ。
Okay, I'll just write down Morpheus. Morpheus is smaller than the moon. Okay. That's right. The video I saw at school was when they were lined up together. I thought they were always like that.
実際にはたった一瞬のことでもこんなにも美しく幻想的な風景なんだ。2つの月と称してずっと眺めていたいよね。
Just like this world. After mentioning that, I remembered the Arcadian sky. A second moon, a white moon, hung in the sky. Although it appeared fantastical and beautiful, the moon didn't have faces, nor did it move, which made it somewhat creepy to me. The person who created the projected images in this world must love the second moon.
そうだね。あるいは30年前で時が止まっているとも言えると思うよ。
Okay, hold on. This is big too. That's so weird. Frozen in time.
2つの月が存在したのは30年前。
Okay.
この図書館の最新データも30年前。
Okay, interesting. It appeared too convenient to be a mere coincidence. Previously, when I asked you if this world is from the past, you denied it, Iochi. But what if it is the world from 30 years ago?
今回も否定させてもらうよ。僕はタイムトラベルなんていう荒唐無稽なことは信じていない。もちろんこの世界も十分荒唐無稽だけどさ、物理法則をどれだけ無視したら気が済むのかって思うよ。
Right, I guess that's not possible.
けれどこの世界が30年前の世界を再現した場所だって可能性はあるかもしれない。どんな意図かは わからないけどね。
Iochi believes that the world was created to look like something from 30 years ago. Interesting. I don't know why. 30 years ago? Why? That means that the producer would be old, no? Like, I nodded in agreement, but I still couldn't imagine how this was supposed to connect with what was happening in reality. If Iochi didn't know, there was no way I would, so I just gave up and went back to the original topic. But I didn't know that Morpheus was an impermanent satellite. That's the first I heard of that.
いつかは地球から離れ、また違う軌道を描くはずだったんだよ。だからこそのモルペウス計画だしね。
I'm still writing everything down. Huh? It is?
モルペウス計画にはいくつか段階があった。第一段階はモルペウスを月の裏側の月基地と地球の中継局として機能させること。
Okay.
第二段階はモルペウスそのものを今後の宇宙開発の中継基地として発展させていくこと。こちらは多大な希望を含んだプランだけどね。
Is the producer an alien? I'm so confused. I'm so lost. Oh, I think I've heard of that. Morpheus would be used to consolidate the world's data on the lunar base and be used for space development. The lunar base was to be built first, and, when was that again? But the Information Bureau would send people to the lunar base, right?
へへ、詳しいな。2108年のことだね。正確に言えば情報局ではなく NOIRC だけど、まあ似たようなものだ。
That's our first definition in a long time. We haven't seen one of these in a while. National Organization for Information Research and Control. Okay.
彼らの夢は夢の神モルペウスに知識の船を乗せて宇宙の探索をし、それらの情報を集約することだった。それが2118年の事故により本当の夢となって書き消えたとは皮肉な話だね。
What? The accident. What was it again? Morpheus at the time. Why did we hear static?
衛星モルペウスがバラバラになった事故だよ。バラバラというと大げさだが、実際一部は砕けて月面基地にも落ちた。事故の原因は万一の可能性に備えてモルペウスに設置された軌道修正処理装置だ。装置なんて言うと聞こえはいいが、要はただの爆弾だね。
Why did they place a bomb? A bomb?
特殊な軌道を描く衛星モルペウスはいつどんな影響で軌道を変え地球に衝突するかわからなかった。だから当時の人間は先手を打ったんだよ。万が一地球に衝突することがあれば軌道修正ができるようにモルペウスに爆弾を設置した。
Oh yeah, great idea.
しかしその装置が誤作動を起こし予定しなかったタイミングでモルペウスは砕けてしまった。
Oh my god. Okay, so so they put a bomb on they put a bomb. They placed a bomb on the satellite and it exploded and destroyed
そして月面基地も多少なりとも被害を受けモルペウス計画は破綻した。
That's so comical.
事故のあらました。
I'm so sorry that I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sure that people died, but like that's so fucking comical. They're like, okay, so just in case that it like plummets to Earth, we're gonna put a bomb on it. This is the most like American thing. Like it's not based out of America. I understand that, but like that is literally the most American logic I've ever heard. We're gonna place a bomb on the satellite just in case it starts plummeting to Earth, and just in case. Oh, whoops! The bomb went off by accident. Whoops! Oh, it killed like everybody on the satellite. Whoops! Okay, well, rip. Like it's so stupid. Why do they do that? Oh my god. Iochi talked about it while showing me pictures for reference. But all the data from the library was from 30 years ago, and there was no data after the accident. All it had were the hopes and dreams attributed to the dream of Morpheus.
それにしてもこの件はあまり報道されていないし知らない人が多いのに君はよく覚えてるね
After I heard that, I also wondered why I remembered it. My mother was knowledgeable about it and talked to me a lot about it, I think. But it was when I was still young.
そうなんだまさか君のお母さんは情報局に勤めていたりする
No, I don't think so.
そっかそれなら心強いと思ったけどさすがにそんな偶然はなかったね
Yeah, why does she know about it? That's weird. Iochi, you seem to know a lot about it too. I always thought you were so knowledgeable.
うんこの分野は興味があってなんなら宇宙開発事業についてもっと踏み込んだ話をしてもいいけど
It sounds complicated, but it does seem interesting.
難しすぎるっていつも嫌がられるんだだからほどほどにしておくね
After that big laugh, Iochi closed the book. It does sound interesting, but I have a hard time keeping up, and there was also some parts I didn't understand. My first day with Iochi was over. I had a lot to learn. Iochi and I were in the living room reviewing what had happened earlier in order to finish our first day together.
僕について回るのは大変じゃなかった他に用事があるならもちろんそれを優先してくれて構わないけど
It's no problem. Besides cooking duties, I don't have anything else important to do. It's more important right now for me to be able to help you.
気負わなくていいよ僕が頼んだんだしね一日お疲れ様ゆっくり休んでね
I stood up to leave, but stopped when I noticed Iochi hadn't budged. Iochi, you're not going to sleep?
ああ僕はもう一度バックナンバーをチェックしようと思って気になったドラマがあったから
Then I'll check it with you. I'm your assistant after all.
あじゃあ一緒に見ようか参考になるだろうしね
Iochi started up their bangle and then started playing the past episodes in order. And we're going to stop here. I'm what? Oh gosh, I'm so confused. We learned a lot, okay? We learned a lot. I think there's a lot to be said about what's going on. I think that, okay, to summarize, we've learned a lot about the Morpheus Project. We learned that there's a second moon. It was lost due to the accident where they placed a bomb on the satellite, and the bomb happened to go off at an inopportune time because something happened, and it exploded. They lost the entire source of data that they wanted. Like, they were planning to put all of this data on the moon, and it destroyed all of the data, and all of their hopes and dreams were lost. Whoever the producer is somebody who is frozen in time back 30 years. So they are, like, I don't know, they wanted to create Arcadia to reflect a world from 30 years ago, because the newest data in the library is 30 years old and doesn't reflect anything past that. And yeah, so that's weird. I don't know. It's really interesting that Senna also remembers stuff like that, because Senna shouldn't. Senna is really young. So it's really weird that Senna has that background, since, first of all, her mom doesn't work in the Information Bureau. Second of all, Senna is only 17, if I remember correctly. So, and Senna also seems so conflict avoidant, as we mentioned earlier, and seems really dumb. So it just seems weird to me that she would pay attention to this type of stuff and would know it. And we heard that static noise, so it just seems like something is off. Like, what is going on? There absolutely seems to be a gap in her memory, and I want to know why. Like, what is missing? What is going on? I want to know what's happening. So next episode, we will watch the past drama that Iochi wants to see, and we'll go from there.